Hey everyone, and welcome to Element 4 of Ascended World's Wonderland program, Forgiveness. Today is all about inequalities, but you already know that because you've done your workbook. So when I read the prompts, inequalities such as population oppressions, women, race, ethnicity, or religion, etc., the 1%, privilege, slavery and indentured servitude, starvation. I mean, the the haves and the have-nots. That's really what we're talking about here. Um, and when I did my workbook, it just invoked such a. I think the words I wrote down were injustice, unfair. It's just wrong. And as I read those back, I sit there and I say to myself, ego, 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 because it invokes such an egoic response in me that um, it's wrong, it's bad, it shouldn't be this way, and that is all ego. And when I look at it from that perspective, it's kind of like, oh, okay, so what is it really about? Some of the other things I wrote is we just keep repeating it over and over and over, and I am not sure that there's any group that has never been enslaved in our history. So that is something that it's an experience we've all agreed to and we've passed it around. And I think that brings me to what I ultimately came to in working through the prompts on this is that we've all come here and agreed to experience this. So until we come to that place of seeing it for what it is and understanding it and getting the messages from it and believing that that there is an expanded perspective on this and understanding that we're worthy to break the cycles that we've created. It's just so multi-layered. It's not just right and wrong, black and white, good and bad. It never is. And we say that in pretty much every element of any course within this Wonderland program. Um, it it's all about coming back to that place of seeing things from that bigger expanded perspective that there's a purpose in all of this. And until we come to that understanding of that, we will just continue to play the game through the inequalities, whether it's the starvation or whether it's, I mean, weather even has inequalities and it eventually balances itself out. It, it is all part of what we've created to create propulsion and motivation and growth, what we define as growth and movement within this reality that we've created. So it is the intricacies, one of the big intricacies of the game. And what I just love about this forgiveness program is it's all about seeing that for what it really is. Seeing how we go through our days and how our emotions play a role in it. And until we expand our perspective and understand it from, oh, I created this, so I can choose to participate in it or not participate in it. I don't have to buy into it. I can be an observation of it. And in order to move beyond this and have this not manipulate my behavior and feelings, I can forgive myself for ever having created it, bought into it, participated in it, fueled it, fed it with my energy. I mean, and I think about that, and that's what gets me excited is saying, yes, I see this. I see how I bought this hook, line, and sinker, gave it everything, gave it my all. And now I'm not going to do that. And not only am I not going to do that, but I am going to be grateful and love that we created this and have gratitude for it. So then I can say, well done. I no longer need inequalities in my life. So that's what this is all about. And when we're looking at those inequalities, don't forget that that it was preceded by messages. It contains messages, and as you tune into all of this, the full body experience of that inequality, you begin to see the intricacies of how it is plugged into our energy and how relieving it can free up so much of that energy for ourselves. And that's just, to me, that's why we're here. That's why we're taking this class. That's why we're doing this. And I just love how a plan just comes together, and it all makes that perfect sense of these were messages for me, and I represented it through these inequalities, and these are the emotions evoked. And as long as I listen and pay attention, I get all this information and I understand, and I'm able to participate all the way to the point of apologizing, forgiving, believing that this is complete, and then having gratitude for the whole experience, which is what we came here to do. So all that wrapped up, all in a nice, neat little package. That was pretty quick. Um, Trying to look and see. And it also comes down to believing you're unequal and believing those around you are unequal. So it comes all the way from that external, which we talked about, the government and big business and everything a few elements ago, and how some should create rules and others should just follow them. That's an inequality in my mind, all the way from out in that bigger area, all the way down to the personal. You're as divine as I am, and thus that eliminates all inequalities. Which I just I just love that. So the clearing statement for this: I experience and accept all world level inequalities, past, present, and future, for what they all are, have been in the bigger picture. It is with apology, forgiveness, and love that I have gratitude for the lessons that are now complete in singularity within themselves, all of us and myself. So let's bring all of this inequality in through that cycle into completion, and gratitude for all of it. All right. So let's sit back. I'm going to take that deep breath and close our eyes. Connect into the wholeness. Open our hearts and allow that vibration to be as our truth. All right, another deep breath. Oh, that was nice. When I first went out there, I got a real tightness in my throat, and I thought, "Oh gosh, I'm gonna cough." And it was like that questioning of who am I to um, overcome world level inequalities. And it's like, I am worthy to do this. I am worthy to experience that equality that I know exists. And immediately my throat calmed down and I was like, wow, that was powerful. So, post video affirmation. I apologize to, forgive, accept, nurture, and have gratitude for the lessons and consciousness created by these inequalities, past, present, and future, that are now complete. That's one I will probably repeat again today. So thanks for joining, and we will see you on our next element. Bye bye.